and welcome to Your Psychic Destiny. I'm Jory Ann, the Coffee Psychic, and tonight Tim Gray is out in Florida having a great time. So here I am, the shoe's on the other foot tonight. We have Grant Wiley this evening. He's our guest here at Your Psychic Destiny, and tonight Grant will be doing the Ruin Stones. So I want to welcome Grant. Grant, how are you tonight?
Oh, just fine, Jory.
Great.
Nice to be here again.
Thanks for having. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Okay, I'm not real familiar with the Ruin Stones, and I'm not sure that everybody else in the audience is as well. So can you tell us a little bit about the Ruin Stones, what the history is, and how you got involved with them?
Certainly, I can. Actually, the runes are a very ancient alphabet.
Okay.
These trace back to a group of people almost legendary in history. The red-haired giants who originally came from the areas of Mongolia and Tibet.
Okay.
And that part of the world, and they migrated across Asia into Europe. I don't think anybody really knows exactly when that was, but it was thousands of years ago. I like to say it's from the time when the gods were still human.
Okay. That sounds pretty fair.
And nobody really knows what the original language was, but through the years in Europe, why the written language has been preserved, and there are still a few people who can actually read the language. But the runes, each letter of the alphabet standing for a particular concept,
okay,
which relates to a variety of things, can be used as a sort of universal language. Well, this is one of my favorite, for instance. The runes are read from right to left.
Okay, and this is one of your favorite right here?
Well, no, that's not my favorite. Actually, that's the rune for darkness. But here we are.
Okay, so you're setting them up in a certain. You're setting them up in a certain
yes,
pattern. Okay, and what does that mean?
Darkness triumphs over light.
Oh, wonderful.
In other words, this is evening twilight.
Okay.
And of course, if we reverse these, dawn.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Sunlight triumphs over darkness. If we replace that with Soadu, the rune for the sun, sun triumphs over darkness, sunrise.
Okay. Now, how many rune stones are there together?
There are 24 in this particular alphabet. These are the Germanic runes. In the Anglo-Saxon rune, there are 26.
Okay.
In the Viking runes, there are 18.
Okay, and why is there a difference?
I suppose linguistic differences. The Viking language was simpler.
Okay.
And fewer words, so they didn't need as many runes to spell them. I suspect that with the Anglo-Saxon runes, a couple of runes were added later to account for the evolution of English from ancient Germanic.
Okay, all right. So now, how long have you been reading the runes yourself? And I also understand, Grant, I understand that you do astrology as well. You read the tarot cards.
Yes, I do.
So you're a master of many, not just one.
Yes, I am. Of course, I will have to say astrology, which is the most difficult, is probably where I have the greatest exposure to the public and such. But I started with the runes while I was in college, just about the same time I started with astrology. And I was actually studying astrology at the time, and at the same time I was an anthropology minor.
Okay.
And astronomy major. And I was doing a term project, actually it was a thesis, on Stonehenge and related things. And of course, British archaeology was what I was specializing in at the time. And of course, all over Britain and the British Isles, the runes are found carved on huge stones standing. And I sort of paid attention to them as astrology seemed to dominate everything. And then one day somebody said, hey, can you do the runes? And I
And you
said
did 'em.
probably.
And
I
you
went
did 'em.
and bought the book, studied up a little further on the history, and
I think we might even
used
have a
it.
caller that wants to ask a question too.
Oh,
if
do
we
we?
can do that.
All right.
So why don't we check here?
Let me turn over my runes.
Caller?
Hello.
Yes, how are you tonight?
Okay, how are you?
I'm great, I'm great. Who am I speaking with?
Terry.
Terry, listen, and I want to tell everybody tonight too, great fun show, you guys. Look at what we're having as a giveaway tonight. Do you love this or what? This is the IO, and if you can see this, E-Y-O, doesn't this look like a ruined stone, Grant, with the different letters?
Actually, it does. Many of the letters of the English alphabet are descended
Are they
from
really?
the runes. Each has their equivalent.
Good. Okay, so here's our little giveaway tonight. So Terry, can you see this?
Yes, I can.
Do you want to win this?
Oh, yes, my son would love it.
That's right. All right, so you know what that means. That means you guys have the best question. The best question wins this yo-yo. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. What it is it's we're going to pull numbers, okay? And then wherever that falls, we're actually going to have Grant pull one of his rune stones later on tonight, and that'll pick who wins our yo-yo. All right, so what's your question, Terry?
I was just wondering, I've been working at my present job for like 22 years now, and I seem to be like in a rut. So can you foresee like anything coming out of it, if I can be staying there, or what? I don't know.
Can
Well,
you be a little more clear with the question?
The present job I'm in, I've been working like there for 22 years, and I've just been, seems I'm in a rut right now. I want to change jobs, but I don't know if I should stick with what I'm presently doing now, or maybe go on and to look for something new.
Okay.
Well, let's pose the question simply, which is, should the caller change jobs?
Yes.
Now, there is one caveat that goes with the runes. You must be willing to face the truth. Are you willing to face the truth?
Yes.
Very well. Concentrate upon your questions. And let's just see what we have here. Judging by that, this is Jera, the rune of harvest, getting what you deserve, getting what you have worked for or what you have earned. And judging by this, I would say it might be wise to stick with your job at least for a little while, because there may be some things that you've been waiting for, or maybe even expecting, coming to you. Perhaps towards the end of the year, well, this is the rune for harvest time, which of course is September, there may be an opportunity to change to a better job, and if so, yes, take the opportunity. But for now, why I'd say it's wise to stay with what you've got. There are some things coming for you, and you have this much time in the job, why I wouldn't walk away from it without a great deal of thought.
Right.
So what do you think, Terry?
All right, thank you.
Sounds good?
Yes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Do we have another caller here?
Hi.
Caller?
Hi.
Yes, how are you? What's your name?
Hey, Kathy.
Kathy? Okay, Kathy, do you have a question for Grant?
When am I going to get involved in a relationship?
Okay.
What's the date of your birth, Kathy?
December 20th,
December 20th, what year?
47.
All right. Well, keep concentrating on the question.
There's a lot of stones out here, Kathy.
Yeah, this one seems to be the one that comes out.
Now, can this tell us, Grant, can this tell us what kind of guy she's going to meet? Will this give us the color hair coming through the ruined stones?
You can do that with astrology or the tarot. I will have to say, yes, this is likely to give at least a brief physical descriptions, but the runes tend to be more abbreviated and more direct and to the point. This is why they're so great for like the corporate parties and things. All right, when are you going to enter into a relationship? What was it the three witches said? When the woods of something or other come to Castle McBain. Out, Reef Candle.
And
Life
Grant's
is but a
also a
flickering
poet, you guys.
shadow.
I want you to know this. Listen, he's just spewing out some of the most beautiful poetry. I've been listening to him all night. It's wonderful.
All right. This would suggest that a period of a little more than a year, about 14 months will pass. A male individual, dark hair, fair complexioned, the eyes brown, height would be rather tall, perhaps 5'10" to 6 feet, a moderately muscular build individual, perhaps dresses rather casually, the nose straight and pointed, long slender fingers, may play a musical instrument, by the way.
14 more months? I'll be an old lady.
What do you think, Kathy?
I keep hearing, I've been hearing he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. So, I mean, it's almost ridiculous anymore to ask.
Well, you know, but now I know you know that I do the psychic work as well, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and you know that there really is no time on the other side. Are you aware of that?
What do you mean by that?
When we tap into the spiritual realms, into the etheric plane, there is no time on the other side. So if you're having several psychics, Kathy, that are telling you he's coming, right, Grant? My sense to you is be patient because he is coming. It's just that there is no time. We cannot depict the time. Sometimes we can, but not that often.
Now, Kathy, I will give you a word of advice as far as the 1-800 psychics and things like that.
Oh, no, I'm talking
Save
about
your money.
No, I don't call that. I'm talking about this TV show, because they call all the time.
Now, understand that it will take a little while for a relationship to develop, and there could be a relationship just barely in its beginning stages in, as little as a couple of months, but it would be one of these things that would take some time to develop before you yourself really knew that it was a relationship.
There's a man from my past that I recently contacted, and then we just talked on the phone and stuff. He hasn't called back in 3 or 4 weeks. You feel he's going to call me back, or what's going on with his thinking?
You may be hearing from him, but let me put it this way: I wouldn't pass up a chance to go out with someone else in the interim time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I was just wondering about him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe we're going to a break now, and I'd like to share Grant's information with everybody in case you'd like to reach Grant for a reading. Grant Wiley, psychic consultant and astrologer. He's available for corporate events, special events, theme parties. He does the rune stones, astrology, palmistry, and the tarot cards. And his number is 312-640-1355. Okay. All right, so we're going to break now. Welcome back. This is Your Psychic Destiny with Jorianne the Coffee Psychic, and Grant Wiley is our guest tonight. Grant, how you doing?
Oh, just great, just great.
Okay, we were talking earlier, you were doing the rune stones. What I want to know from you is what was the very first experience that you had where you knew that you were psychic, where you knew that this was the field you wanted to be in?
Now there's a question, and a good one. Actually, well, my mother and my father both had some psychic capability. My mother and grandmother before her read the playing cards. I learned to do that at a very early age. My father was studying and got me into a particular variety of Tibetan metaphysics from the city of metaphysics. What is that? Somewhere near 29 Palms, California.
Okay.
And actually, I'm California born.
Great, great.
And so from the time I was old enough to really be capable of any independent thought, I was doing this sort of thing. And my father taught me how to tell what other people are thinking, is what he told me, and how to just know things.
Okay.
You know, and the basic concept of Tibetan philosophy.
Okay.
So I started out at a very early age. Actually, I was a child prodigy. I played the violin, I lifted weights. I was also a champion weightlifter, children's competition.
Wow.
And a whole bunch of other things I can't even remember. Now, you know, I'm one of these people who has no problem doing something well. It's choosing from the things I do well what is the right course to pursue. Okay. So life went on, and I was working in sales for a while, and after a little while I got annoyed with that and decided that I wanted to go to college, and college steered me into the direction of becoming a legitimate professional.
Wonderful.
At the school I went to, we actually had a course in astrology that was designed to make you a professional astrologer.
What school was that you went to?
Oh, that was College of DuPage where I went. This was in the early 70s.
Oh, wonderful.
And I had a teacher. He was, I don't know how good a teacher he was, but he taught me. Half the people in the class couldn't understand it, but I caught on early, you know, and it wasn't very long before I was through with the course. It took a couple of years.
Okay.
And, well, 4 hours a day, 4 days a week through even the summer quarter, and a couple of years of that, and I had become but the professional level. I learned how to predict world and national events and the other forms of astrology.
Well, I'd like to ask you about that. Have you predicted any world events?
More than I can remember. I haven't done much of it lately, and I'll tell you why. It was somewhere around 1981, 82. I was in Reno, Nevada, and I was on the local TV news show there.
Okay.
And the newscaster asked me to make some predictions, so I predicted a particular date when there would be like a warming spell. It was during the winter months, and this would cause the snow to melt, and it would rain, it would break a dam and cause flooding, and I predicted the very date when it would happen.
Okay.
2 months after that, I was in Reno again, and I ran into him. And you know, he didn't even remember that I had done this.
Oh, no.
And
but
that
it
was
did
the
happen.
point where I said to myself, why do it?
Oh, no.
You know, I wrote for a magazine for 10 years or so, and I had a number of predictions, major plane crashes, and well, I predicted the resignation of Richard Nixon while I was still in school.
Well, could you give us another prediction here for one of our callers?
I certainly could.
Wonderful.
I hope the caller is annoyed with gasoline prices, because I have a prediction to make about that too.
Line 2?
Yes,
Yes, how are you tonight? Who am I speaking with?
Bridget.
Bridget, how are you?
Hi.
Listen, do you have a question for Grant?
Yes. I have two job opportunities coming up this week, and I'm just having a hard time deciding which one I'm going to take.
All right, what's the date of your birth, Bridget?
10/28/64.
10/28/64. Excellent. All right, I want you to concentrate on the question. I'm going to pick 2 runes for this one.
Oh, now what's the difference? While you're talking about this, tell us the difference.
Well, the more runes you have, the more explicit they get. In this particular case, we have 2 job opportunities, so we'll pick 1 rune for one and 1 for the other.
Okay.
The runes, remember, read from right to left. So, as far as 1 is concerned, this is Olga's, which, by the by, tells me that at some point in the future, time unnamed, you'll be traveling to England, but this may be many years from now.
And now, should Bridget be thinking about the first job and the second job as you're turning these over for her?
Well, she already has. You did, didn't you, Bridget?
Yes.
Good.
All right, good. Bridget, I can tell by the date of your birth that you're willing to work, willing to take a chance, willing to fight, willing to stand up for yourself. The job that requires more activity, more responsibility, in short, the job that requires, that offers more challenge is the one for you. But wait until after the 14th before you do it. This is Ing, the rune of the hero, and this normally suggests that if you're willing to accept challenge, you'll go very far.
Great. Great.
Okay.
What do you think?
That answers it.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Well, you're waiting to win this yo-yo, aren't you, Bridget?
Yes, I am.
All right. Who are you going to give it to if you win it?
My son.
All right. All right. Hope you win it, Bridget.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
If I were to win it, I'd keep it for myself.
Yeah. Well, maybe you can be one of the questions. Okay, let's see if we have a caller on line 1. Caller?
Hi.
Hi, how are you tonight? Who am I speaking with?
Nicole.
Nicole, how are you, Nicole?
Pretty good.
Okay, do you have a question all ready for Grant?
How about just a general? Whatever he sees.
Okay. Can you give her a general?
Yes, I can. What's the date of your birth, Nicole?
September 13th.
What year?
69.
All right, very good. Well, right now, if you're born in 69, that will be an easy reading. Concentrate on the question of what does the future hold, and 1, 2 runes, and let's see. Soilo, the rune of the sun, suggesting that there may be some very pleasant surprises in store for you. This suggests moving ahead in the financial or career world, and this also suggests you may be entering into some of the happiest and most carefree years that you've ever been through. And Nicole, knowing the year of your birth, I can tell you, you need them. Things are going to get an awful lot better for you, an awful lot faster. Are you dating anybody now or married?
No, I'm single.
Well, there is likely to be, very definitely, Berkana, the rune of happy endings, new beginnings. There's a relationship that would be developing for you rather soon. This relationship may make it so that you're more interested in having fun than making money, but the job should take care of itself. Likely to be a change of residence soon. I could go on and on and on. Time does not permit me to say everything that these 2 runes convey. Let me just say, Nicole, that you can look forward to several very happy and exciting years.
Boy.
Okay, thank you very much.
Boy, Nicole, looks good, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Hey, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
It would have been hard to draw better runes.
Yeah. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see if we have a caller on line 2.
All right.
Caller?
Hi,
Hi, who am I speaking with?
Carol.
Hey, Carol, how are you tonight?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great, just great. Do you have a question ready for Grant tonight for the Runestones?
I have like 2 or 3, but I'll start with the first one.
Sounds great.
Okay, I have been looking at a ranch townhome for over a year. Comfortable in my home. Does he see me making a change?
Do you see her
Well,
making
of
a
course,
change?
my question, if you're comfortable in your home, why would you want to?
Well, because I'm a widow and the work is getting to be too much.
I see. All right. All right. What's the date of your birth, Carol?
9/16/37.
Concentrate upon the question. I would say that there's not going to be any problems if you stay where you are. This is Manaz. It has to do, among other things, with friends, enemies, the human race, and such. The basic answer is you'll eventually find a townhome, but not now. It would probably be better to give up the search for now and perhaps in 90 days resume it. What was your second question?
My second question is...
And we have to make this one quick, too, because
Okay.
we're going to break pretty soon, Carol.
Does he see... my son has some problems. Does he see him getting any better?
Look there, too.
Actually, not in the near-range future, but by the time the fall comes along, I think then you will see some improvement. Basically, what he needs right now is action. I hate to tell you this, but what he needs is exercise.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck, Carol.
Bye.
All right, well, we're going to go to a break right now, so I want to make sure that I give you guys Grant's information in case you want to reach him for a reading. And here we go. This is Grant Wiley. Grant does corporate events, special events, theme parties. He does the rune stones, the astrology, palmistry, and the tarot cards. His number is 312-640-1355. Okay, we're going to break. Welcome to Your Psychic Destiny. We have tonight with us Grant Wiley, who has been reading the rune stones for us tonight. Welcome, Grant.
Great to be here.
Thanks for being here. Another question that I had for you. I understand that you've done some criminal investigations in the past. And have you done that with the rune stones, or how have the rune stones played a part in the criminal investigations?
Well, actually, I've never been called on to use the runes in a criminal investigation. Under certain conditions, they might work very well. I use astrology, a particular form called horary astrology, which is not based upon the time of anybody's birth. It's based upon either the time when an event is discovered to have happened, or a person was last seen, or if all else is unknown, the time when a question is posed to the astrologer. And that time is used to cast the horoscope.
Okay.
And, well, if you understand the astrological directions and physical descriptions and distances and nautical mile, you can pinpoint locations, give physical descriptions of people or names. Very often, when the chart is cast, you'll see a planet in the 12th house, which means that somebody is either in custody already, but probably not the real criminal.
And this is through the astrology?
Right. This is strictly done with astrology.
So our listeners can know tonight that they can reach you for the rune stones and the astrology.
Oh, yes.
If they'd like to do that. Okay.
Yes,
well,
they can.
I'd like to go to line 1 here and get another question here. Caller?
Hello, Terry Ann.
Hey, how are you tonight?
Hi. You look great there.
Great. Who am I speaking with?
Margie.
Hey, Margie. How are you, Margie?
Hi.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Miss you.
Oh, I miss you too. Listen, do you have a question for Grant tonight, Margie?
Yes, I do.
Great. Go ahead. What's your question?
A relationship.
Okay, relationships.
You want to know about relationship. What's the date of your birth, Margie?
June 26th,
What year?
1959.
Oh, 1959 was a great year to be born in. Everybody has their ups and downs, but in the long run, that's a lucky year. So you want to know about relationships, keep your Gemini mind focused, Margie. And, all right, we've got 2. This one came out by itself. As far as relationships, the rune solo would say, yes, you're on the right track. Something very happy does seem to be headed your way. Next, Gable, the rune of true love. Margie, are you dating somebody right now?
No one.
There's somebody coming. Male individual, blonde hair, fair complexion, the blue eyes. He's a tall individual, husky, very well dressed. I would rather imagine you'd be crazy about him. You need not find him, he will find you.
Great, great. How is that, Margie?
Great.
Great. Well, I just want to let everyone know that I'm feeling totally naked without my coffee pot and my coffee cup in front of me right now. But, so the shoe is on the other foot. And I just want to let you guys know that next week, on next week's show, that you can call up and I'll be here doing the coffee predictions.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
And Joanne,
Okay, talk to you later, Margie, okay?
Doug says hi to you.
Oh, tell her I said hi, okay?
Miss you people, he said.
We're sending hugs, all right?
I will.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, caller?
Hi, my name is Maureen. Hi, Jerry. Hi.
Hey, Marlene.
No, Maureen.
Oh, Maureen. Thank you, Maureen. It's the age thing, hard of hearing, okay?
I know, I was going to say, I can't concentrate on one question, so I would like Grant to give me a general reading.
Okay.
And my birthday is 12/24/46.
12/24/46. All right, Maureen. Concentrate on your question of what does the future hold.
Maureen, you sound kind of exciting to me here. Something great should be coming up for you.
Really? I feel like gambling.
You go, girl.
Beware, Capricorns can be prone to compulsive behavior.
Are you guys listening to what Grant just said?
Yes.
All right. Is this you or what?
Yes.
All right. Listen to this man.
Impulsive, spontaneous.
There you go.
Electric.
Kano, the rune of technology. Well, actually, what was the year of your birth again? 46?
Yes.
Well, no, I wouldn't recommend gambling at this particular time, but...
No,
I
I just mentioned I felt like gambling.
Oh, you mean gambling on me? Well, you couldn't have made a better bet, Maureen.
That's right.
First thing, it suggests that there can be some redecorating or remodeling coming in your home. You should like it very much. Other technological things, such as perhaps new computer and some new home appliances may be in there along with it. There may have been some recent disappointments too, but well, let's just say try again after the 15th. You'll find that things will go along quite a bit better for you. If you've been a request has been turned down, perhaps for a raise or a promotion or help from some source, this is Tewaz, the rune of victory. It turns itself right side up if you go back and try again. Perhaps study a little harder, or if not the books, study, well, what can I say, study your quarry with a bit more intensity. Awaz, that's the rune of Capricorn. This is probably the most powerful rune of them all, the rune of eternity, the rune of the minaret. Okay, something you need to know rather than a prediction. What you need to know is to learn how to avoid letting other people take advantage of you. Furthermore, I would have to say this is not the time to loan money to people, and I have my thoughts that you may be collecting an overdue debt. Maureen, you got lucky on this one, because in most cases, people, if they ever pay you back, it'll be far too long.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to me.
All right, Maureen?
Right. Thanks.
All right. Well, give us a call back and let us know what happens, all right?
I sure will.
Especially if that money just comes in unexpectedly.
Yes.
All right.
And I'm waiting.
Well, we'll talk to you later.
Bye.
All right, bye.
A last word from Maureen, which is, let nature take its course.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay, caller on line 1.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Who is this tonight?
Sheila?
Sheila?
Yes.
Hey, Sheila, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Great. What question do you have for Grant tonight?
I just wanted a general reading what he sees for me in the coming year.
Great. Okay, Grant.
Okay. What's the date of your birth, Sheila?
10/27/42.
All right. So the sun would be in about 3 degrees of Scorpio. All right. Concentrate on the question of the coming year. I'll draw 3.
See, this is so exciting when you just have little pieces of ceramic tiles and that you can just turn them over and it actually gives out valid information.
Yes, it does. Uruz, the rune of strength and speed. Once upon a time, there was a giant ox in Europe. It was, according to Julius Caesar, almost as large as an elephant and could run faster than a horse, a formidable creature indeed. This tells us that things are going to get moving for you, Sheila. It does suggest that if you're getting involved or are involved in a physical exercise problem, you are definitely doing yourself a great deal of good. Though life may be waiting just to take a jump ahead, why, give yourself another week and you'll find things are starting to move for you. The rune of constraint, Salo. Well, this can be a suggestion that some attention needs to be paid to such things as personal relationships or marriage. However, if in a trying time in a relationship, at this point, let's say, trust your own strength, your inner strength, and of course it is necessary to budget finances carefully. Aha, the blank rune. Well, that's the rune of quandary. Scorpios tend to face quandary an awful lot, and I can say that in good conscience because I'm one myself.
All right.
And life
so you know
without
that
quandary
personally.
is like peanut butter without jam.
There you go.
What does that mean for me?
What it means is that be prepared to think on your feet. And in certain cases, it is not necessary to know why certain things are. It is sufficient to know that they are. Getting back to what I was saying with this rune, budget your money carefully. Finances may be delayed for a little while. However, things will get back on track. Give yourself 10 days for that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Sheila, thanks. All right, we're going to a break right now, and I want to give you a little more information on Grant if you'd like to give him a call for some readings. Grant Wiley, corporate events, special events, theme parties, Ruin Stones, astrology, palmistry, and the tarot cards. 312-640-1355. And we'll be back with more of your questions. Welcome back to Your Psychic Destiny. It's Jorianne, which you guys can't see me next week, by the way. And we have Grant Wiley here tonight with the Ruin Stones. Welcome back, Grant.
Oh, good to be back again. Hope everybody enjoyed the break.
Yeah, and you have been here before, and we're hoping that you will come back again as well, right?
Oh, yes. I'll be, I think, in April, isn't it? I'll be back. Unfortunately, I don't have my appointment book with me, so I don't know. You know, this was a rather impromptu thing tonight, and I managed to make it all the way down here from Old Town. But
well, we're so glad that you made it in.
I didn't get to bring anything but myself and my clothes and my runes.
That's all we needed. Well, you know what? I want to ask you, what was one of the most exciting experiences that you've had in your psychic history?
I have to think about that for a minute. Jorianne, as you know, the people who really do this sort of thing, and do it a lot, can't remember each and everything they've done because there's so many. And if you hear somebody talking about, oh, well, I did this and they did that, blah, 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 you know, this is a person who really hasn't done that much of it. Yeah. If you have to stop and think, it's because you've done so many things, you know, who remembers?
Well, let me ask you this. You were saying something about your dad taught you early on telepathy.
Yes.
Telepathic communications.
Yes, he did.
What was probably one of the most profound things that you've heard? Did you confront anyone when you heard somebody saying something to you telepathically?
Yes, I did. Actually, I confined it to just a few of my friends. Of course, by the time I was in high school, why I was living near a Native American reservation, and some of the kids went to high school there, and of course them I would show. And but yes, of course, as I told you, I was like abnormally strong as a child, so people watched themselves around me. But yes, I did confront somebody with that on several occasions, and basically I just said, I don't like what you're thinking.
There you go. And
No,
what was their reaction to that? Their response? Shock or dismay
well,
or?
At first a shock, and then like, you don't know what I'm thinking, so I hit him.
Good response.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do.
That's right.
I'm kidding, of course, but
Well, at least I wouldn't have, I mean, you have a cup of coffee and Okay, well, let's see if we have a caller on line 2. Caller?
Yes.
Yes, how are you? Who am I speaking with?
Betty.
Betty, how are you tonight?
Hi.
Do you have a question for Grant?
Yes, could you tell me about what holds the future for my son? He's been separated from his wife for about 3 months now.
all right, what did you want to know about your son, Betty?
How is this future going to hold if he's going to get back to it together
wants
with
to-
his
wants
wife
to
and
know
everything?
if,
He's been having really difficult troubles and everything.
Reconciliation with his wife. Well, all right. What's the date of your birth, Betty?
Mine,
Yes.
October 2nd, 1945.
All right. Concentrate on the question of your son. And well, I'd have to say right now, yeah, your son is in a case of what you might call emotional disarray.
Yes, he is.
However, with the passing of a little time, this is the rune of the flow. It has to do with rivers and waters and such things. I think a combination of emotional attachment and the natural progression of events, the things which are beyond their control, will probably bring them back together. Even though they have no plans to do so at the present time, don't worry about that.
Do you know how long? Do you know how long it would be? Because they've been separated.
Let me draw another rune. This rune is very timeless, as Jory said. This is from the realm of existence where time as we define it does not exist.
Yes.
Understand, time could not exist without mass, without space.
Yeah.
We could talk a long time about that. How long?
It's going on 3 months now.
Well, this may be longer than 3 months. I'm thinking, well, quite possibly another 6 months before this happens. Yes, but these runes both suggest the wisdom of non-interference.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the best route to go, right?
Right.
Just say some prayers for these guys and just let them work out what they have to work out karmically.
Yes, that is correct, though, we have to understand that we live in an era where things change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there's no kind of future for them together until.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
No,
I didn't say that. As I said, why? Let's just say the flow of events will draw them back together eventually, and it may have to do with matters involving their home. By the way.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so basically it's just give it time. Okay?
Give it time.
Yeah, just
Yes,
give it time, Betty.
Give it another 6 months.
Another 6 months.
And pray for him like crazy.
Oh, hi, Ben. Let me tell you.
All right?
Did I have another question?
No, you know what? We do have to go on to the next caller because we have several callers that have been waiting.
Okay, then. Thank you.
So thanks. Bye
Bye-bye.
now. Caller?
Hello?
Hi, who am I speaking with?
Christine?
Hey, Christine, how are you?
How are you?
Great. What questions do you have for Grant tonight?
I just wanted to know what my future might be in the near future, what things might be for me.
Okay.
All right. What's the date of your birth?
8/18/68.
Very good. Concentrate upon the question of what the future holds. Let's draw 1, 2. Nope, that's not the one. This is the one.
Are you concentrating, Christine?
Uh-huh.
All right. And that really is energy transference. I really want people to know that this is a form of energy transference when you guys are concentrating on these things. He picks up the information and it comes through the stones.
That is quite right. And actually, the runes are very powerful. energy transmitter. They also pick up the energies of, let's say, the basic forces within the universe.
Okay.
And they actually draw them, the nameless forces that are responsible for all things. Anyway, we see here. Perth, the rune of secrets, initiation, of mysteries, and a whole bunch of things like that. And in this particular case, well, I'd say there's challenges, but positive challenges. The 18 months ahead of you are months of discovery. Secrets of things that you never dreamed were possible or true. Now, this rune, of course, is very powerful in terms of romance. It also has to do with charisma. Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Well, this does suggest that there could be a very deep romantic involvement there. Once again, algaz, but turned upside down, suggesting an eventual change of residence, but not right away. Perhaps in the next year, in 2001. Hagals, the rune of, let's say, external forces. Well, matters may seem a little bit out of control right now, but that's okay, because along with that comes the ability to do what you want, i.e. freedom. But freedom as a couple. A male individual, well, probably a dark-haired individual, blue eyes, and a rather handsome type of individual, round-faced person, clean-shaven except for a mustache, does seem to be somebody with whom this romantic involvement will occur.
Can you handle that, Christine?
Wow, that's pretty wild.
Can you handle that?
Sure.
It almost sounds like Grant's talking about himself, doesn't it?
Oh, I forgot, I
man
do.
with the mustache and everything.
Right.
I've had a beard for so long that I'd forgotten that I don't have it anymore.
There you go. So things are looking pretty wonderful here. So let us know what happens, all right?
All right.
All right, good luck. And are you waiting to win this wonderful yo-yo?
I just called in. Just like flipping through the channel.
Oh, no, let me tell you, then you are going to be one of our people that might win this yo-yo.
Oh,
Okay.
yes,
Okay,
stay
so
tuned.
stay tuned.
Okay.
Hey, thanks.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Caller?
Yes,
Hey, how are you tonight? Who am I speaking with?
this is Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you?
Okay,
Okay, do you happen to have a question right now for Grant?
yes I do.
All right, go ahead.
I'd like to know what is the future between me and my boyfriend. We've been together now for 9 months, and I was just wondering what you see as far as the future between us.
All right. What's the date of your birth, Rebecca?
3/23/73.
I'd say beginning a new phases of the relationship. If you want to know if the relationship is going somewhere, the answer is yes.
Great.
Anyway, I should mention you don't need to give me a lot of details. All I need is the question.
Yeah, and that's a similar thing that happens when I do the readings as well. Just I don't want to know a lot of stuff in the background, just the question. Okay. All right, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Okay, we're going to go to a break. And again, we have Grant Wiley with us tonight doing the Ruin Stones. Grant also does the astrology, palmistry, and the tarot cards. He's available for corporate events, special events, theme parties, personal readings. And you can reach Grant at 312-640-1355. And we'll be right back with more of your questions. Welcome back to Your Psychic Destiny. I'm Jorianne, the Coffee Psychic, and we have with us tonight Grant Wiley. Thanks for coming, Grant.
Oh, great to be here. Yes, it is.
Yes, and it looks like I'm playing with paper tonight, but I'm not. I'm going ahead and taking your numbers, your callers seriously, because we are going to be giving away this yo-yo tonight, okay? But we do have one more call tonight, and so let's see who we have here. Caller?
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Great. Who am I speaking with?
This is Lorraine.
Lorraine. How are you, Lorraine?
I'm real good, thank you.
Do you have a quick question for Grant tonight, please?
I really do. I've had a couple bad relationships last year. I know it's an all basic question, but I've been by myself for the last 2 years or so, and I was wondering if there was anything in my future that's going to sweep me off my feet.
All right. Well, while
Sounds like a
I'm
good question.
concentrate on the question, and while I'm drawing the rune, I'll tell you that gasoline prices are going to start dropping towards the end of next week.
Oh, well, that's happy anyway.
Boy,
Anyway,
that's about time.
you want to know if anybody's going to come along and sweep you off your feet. All right. What's the date of your birth?
I was born 3/30/62.
Okay. The blank rune. Concentrate on the question again. I don't think that's a proper rune. All right. Dagas, the rune of sunlight. That would say yes. However, you may meet this person perhaps in an educational or learning situation, like in school or perhaps at a library and such. Okay?
Okay.
All right, Lorraine?
Soon?
Soon.
I would say this is not either of the two relationships you're having problems with at the present.
Okay.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
So be patient, all right?
Thank you.
All right, Lorraine, thanks.
I love your show. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Okay, so that's it for tonight, and I want to thank you so much for coming out with us. I hope you will be coming back.
Oh, yes, I will.
Okay, perfect. And then what I do want to mention to everybody is that the Southside Irish Parade, that our station right here will be there Sunday. So please look forward to seeing the station there, all right? Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to have Grant pick the winner for the yo-yo. One of these
All right.
from 1 to 12.
So these are all folded together. And this one seems to stand out.
All right, so this is the lucky winner. And this is number 7, and that's Maureen. So Maureen, if you will please give us a call back at the station, give us your address, and we'll definitely send this wonderful yo-yo out. And I think this is going to be for your child, I'm pretty sure. So give us a call.
Oh, faith and begorra, 'tis the luck of the Irish, Maureen.
Okay, all right. So again, information for Grant Wiley. Corporate events, special events, theme parties, 312-640-1355. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next week.